Hi, Miss Booker's class. Today we are going to talk a little bit about arrays. I'll go through several slides today. This will be day one. So let's talk about what an array is. An array is an arrangement of sets of numbers in rows and columns. So it's going to look something like this. I don't say the word column a lot, but if you do hear column, they're talking about the up and down part. You'll hear me mostly talk about rows, and rows are actually groups. So a lot of times I'll say how many groups of that number. That means the rows. That's what I'm talking about whenever we're talking about an array. With arrays, you will be looking first at repeated addition sentences. Remember, repeated addition sentences are the foundation for multiplication sentences. And so if I look at this array, I have 4 dots in this row or this group. I have another 4 dots in this row or this group. And so my repeated addition sentence would be 4 plus 4 equals 8. The number that you repeat is the number that you have in each row or in each group. So let's look at this array. This array has 4 groups or 4 rows. In each row there are 3 dots. So you can make a repeated addition sentence with using the number that is in each row. So for this row I have 3, so you can see that that's my first number in the repeated addition sentence. Since it's a repeated addition sentence, that means I'm going to say the same number over and over again. So I have my first 3 plus my next 3, my next 3, and my next 3. So that's 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. When I add all of that together, you can do some doubles addition. So of course you'd have 6 here, you'd have 6 here, and then you know that 6 plus 6 equals 12. So my total answer is 12. Now we can turn this into a multiplication sentence also. The way that you will do that is you'll say, well, how many groups do I have? Remember, your groups are your rows. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows or groups times how many were in each group. I have 3 in each group. And then your answer will be your total. So if I count all my dots again, the answer was 12. So my multiplication sentence for this array or this repeated addition sentence is 4 times 3. How many 3's do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where that 4 comes from. How many rows did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what number was in each row? What number did I repeat over and over again? That was 3. So 4 times 3 equals 12. Okay, here's another one. This time I have 2 rows. In each row, how many circles are there? There's 4 circles in each row, so my repeated addition sentence would be 4 plus 4. I have 2 4's because I have 2 rows. If I add 4 plus 4, my answer is 8. And then the multiplication sentence for that, well, how many rows did I have? How many groups, right? So my answer would be 2 times, how many are in each row? 4. And my total number of circles is 8. Let's see if we can make some repeated addition sentence for these objects. So first you're going to look and say, okay, how many circles are in this row? So if I count those circles, I see that there are 5 in each row. My next row has 5, my next row has 5. So the number that I will repeat is the number that I have in the row. How many were in each row? 5. So we're going to say 5 plus, 5 plus 5 plus 5. That's your repeated addition sentence. And then if we count that together, we're just going to count by 5. So we have 5, 10, 15 was our total. So if we want to make our multiplication sentence that goes with our repeated addition sentence, how many rows do you have? Well, 3 rows. How many 5's did you have? 3 5's. So you had 3 groups. How many were in each group? 5. And my total number of circles is 15. Let's look at our grannies over here. So we have our grannies. How many grannies are in each row? That's the number you're going to repeat. So in each row I have how many grannies? So my repeated addition sentence will be 4 plus 4 plus 4, not dollar sign, plus 4. I have 3 4s because I had 3 rows with 4 in each row. And if I add that together, you know 4 and 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. Multiplication sentence. How many rows did you have? How many 4s did you have? 3 times. What number was in each row? 4. And your total number of grannies is 12. All right. Do a few more. So here we have little girls, right? So in each row, what is your number that we're repeating? We have how many little girls in each row? 2. How many 2s do we have? That also means how many rows do we have? So we have the first 2, the second 2, the third 2, and the fourth 2. It's going to be equal. Now count by 2. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. So my answer is 8. Multiplication sentence. How many 2s do you have? How many rows of 2 do you have? Which is your groups of 2? Well, I have 4 groups or rows times the number in each row is 2, and my total number is 8. All right, light bulbs. Let's count our light bulbs in the row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The number I'm repeating is 6. How many 6s do we have? How many rows do we have? 2 rows of 6. So 6 plus 6 is my repeated addition sentence. And 6 plus 6, you know it because it's double, is 12. Now multiplication sentence. How many rows did you have? How many 6s did you have? So 2 times 6 equals 12. Be careful when you're making your multiplication sentences because we learned early in first quarter we can add in any order. So if I have 9 plus 4, that's 13, and 4 plus 9 is also 13. I can flip-flop. That was our flip-flop strategy. When you're doing multiplication sentences, you can also flip-flop, but your array will look different. So these numbers, the order that they're in actually does matter. Your answer will be the same for your multiplication problem, but your array would look different. So for instance, if I was going to do 6 times 2, my array would actually look like this because we're just going to take it and rotate it. So this time it's going to change my repeated addition sentence too. So let me get some space over here. So instead of having 6 plus 6, because that's what's in my row, now I have 2 in every row. So I have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Let's count and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2s. And if I add those all together, you're going to count by 2s. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 would be our answer. So you're still going to have the same answer for your repeated addition sentence, but you'll also, when you go to make your multiplication sentence, you'll see that it's the same. So this time I have 6 rows, right? So my first number will be 6. My next number, how many were in each row, was 2. But if I add those all together, I'm still going to get 12. So just like you can flip-flop with addition, you can flip-flop with multiplication. Your answer will be the same. However, when you're speaking about arrays, your array is going to be rotated. So it does make a little bit of a difference even though the answer is the same. Okay, let's see if we can make our array for these cupcakes. So how many cupcakes are in each row? The answer would be 3. How many 3s do we have? How many rows? That's 3 plus 3. And your answer is, what's your total? 6. Now we have our multiplication sentence. How many rows did you have? You had 2. Same thing, you had 2 3s. So 2 sets of 3 equals 6. One more. Here is your row. If you count your chocolates in each row, how many chocolates do you have? 4. So the number we will repeat over and over again, if I can use my computer the right way, is 4 plus 4 plus 4, and our total is 12. Multiplication sentence, how many rows did you have? How many 4s did you have? You had 3 times 4 equals 12. All right, so that is where we're going to conclude our lesson for today. Some of the pages in the packet that I included in the lesson will go along with this. This is just day 1. Tomorrow we'll do a little bit more with this and learn a few new things, but practice some arrays, draw some arrays. We'll check back tomorrow and learn some new things. See you later.